everyone, welcome back to another video. Today the plan is to go through the Module A exam review quiz for Math 117 at ASU. This is a college algebra class. This video will be most relevant to my current Math 117 students who have their test coming up this week. So what I've done here is just gone in and previewed the Module A exam review quiz that you all should be taking. As a reminder, there's two of these. And I figured we can just work through it together, and I can point out some of the common problems I've been seeing as well. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and click start here. All right, so the first question we get, it's saying, okay, simplify this expression. So I have the product of a bunch of things raised to the power of 4. And the way this works is I need to kind of raise each item in here to the power of 4. So this is going to be quantity -3 to the power of 4. And somehow I'm having trouble with my stylus. This is a little strange. That's okay. Then it'll be u to the power of, now it's going to be 4 times 4, so 16. W to the power of 3 times 4, which is 12. And then if I simplify this out, I can say, okay, well, -3 to the 4, I know that's going to be positive because negative times negative is positive. And then here we know, well, what's 3 times 3? So 3 squared is 9. And then 3 cubed is 9 times 3, so that's 27. And then 3 to the 4 is 27 times 3. So you can think of that as, so 27 is 20 plus 7. This is just, I'm showing kind of a way of doing kind of mental math. So the way I think about doing these multiplications is I have 20 plus 7, and I'm multiplying times 3. So I distribute the 3, it's 60 plus 21, and that's 81. You have a calculator on the exam, so don't worry about, if this method doesn't make sense, totally fine. You'll have a calculator available to you. So this is going to be the answer that I type in. So let me go ahead and do that. Now, unfortunately, this isn't, exactly how you see the exam review quiz. So when you actually finish the quiz, you'll be able to submit it and see a report of what you got right and what you got wrong. Because this is the instructor's view, I don't get that, but I still hope this video is useful. Just don't forget to click on that report button at the end of your practice quiz to see what you get wrong. So here we have W to the 12. All right, let's go on and try another one. So I'll click continue. And let me clear our drawings. Let's see here, clear all drawings. Okay, very good. This one, okay, wants us to simplify. So we have 4u over 20u to the 5. Now let's focus 4 over 20. These are both divisible by 4. So I'm going to divide 4 divided by 4 is 1. 20 divided by 4 is 5. So I have 1/5. And then now to deal with the u's, think of this as u to the power of 1 over u to the power of 5. So I can think of this as, so the rule for exponents is I subtract. So 1 minus 5. So this is u to the -4. Now, negative exponents, as a reminder, and this is something I've seen students struggle a lot with in this class, is u to the -1 is notation for 1 divided by u. So if I have u to the -4, we'll think of this as u to the -1 to the power of 4. And then this is 1 over u to the power of 4. So 1 over u to the power of 4. So that's another way of writing u to the -4 is 1 over u to the power of 4. And here, all right, so we have 1/5, and it's going to be times 1 over u to the power of 4. Another way you could think about it, if you didn't like, the algebra we did here, is, well, you can say there's u to the power of 5 in the denominator, there's 1 in the numerator, so you can kind of cancel out 1u here, and then this becomes 4. So let me type in the answer. Let's see, so we got 1/5, and actually let me leave it here, times u to the power of 4. Continue. And I'm gonna unplug and replug my stylus really quick because it's behaving kind of strange. All right, hopefully that helps. All right, oh yes, that's a lot better. I don't know what was happening. Oh, and my answer, oh, here's another one. Oh, another one, okay. Rewrite the expression without using the negative exponent. So this is really similar to what we were just working on. So like we said, we have 1 over p to the negative 4. Now, I want you to think about this, or maybe one more thing I'll show you is, all right, so remember we said p to the negative 1 is 1 over p. So the negative 1 exponent tells me to take reciprocal, so flip the fraction, basically. If I have 1 over p to the negative 1, that's just p. So I think these are the two important things to keep in mind. But then if we go over here, well, this is, so 1 over p to the negative 4, that should just be p to the 4. So the negative tells me just to flip the fraction. The other thing that I see a really common mistake is notice that the negative 4 is only attached to p. So some students want to do 4 to the negative 4. But if we wanted that, you'd have to put parentheses around the whole expression. So 4p to the negative 4, this is not the same as 4p to the negative 4. So in this case, the 1/4 is left alone, so it should be 1/4 times p to the 4. And that's another way of writing that is p to the 4 over 4. So we can go ahead and type that in. Oops, p to the 4 divided by 4. Perfect, let's keep going. All right, next one. Okay, so this one is distribute. We're going to distribute. Let me change the pen color. Let's do purple. All right. So we're doing -7. I'm just moving it around to the other side. Multiplication is commutative, so it doesn't matter which order I do it in. So -7 times 2 minus w plus 2y. And I'm going to distribute, so it'll be -7 times 2 is -14. -7 times -w is positive 7w. And then -7 times 2y is minus 14y. So that's going to be our answer. We'll go ahead and type that in. We have minus 14 plus 7w minus 14y. Right, let's keep going. Continue. All right, this one, all right, so we're evaluating an expression for certain values of b and x. So let's say here, all right, so we have -9 times, and we're at x is -5, so -5 plus 4, which is b. So minus times minus is positive, and 9 times 5 is 45. So this is 45 plus 4, so we get 49. Go ahead and type that in. Let's keep going. All right, next, okay, solving for x. So let's try this one out. All right, so the idea is we want to isolate x and have it on one side of the equation. So here I have x minus a times m is equal to y. Now to get rid of the m, I need to divide by it, right? So if I divide by m divided by m is 1. So then x minus a equals, so we have y divided by m. And then I'm just going to do plus a to both sides. So x equals y over m plus a. All right, let's do it. Y, oops, type it in. Y over m plus a. Oops, not like that. Nice, okay. Let's keep going. Another one of distributing, but this time we're foiling. So let's do v minus 3 times v plus 8. All right, so FOIL first, v times v is v squared. Outside, v times 8 is 8v. Inner, -3 times v is minus 3v. -3 times 8 is minus 24. And then let's combine, so 8v minus 3v is 5v. So the answer we'll type in is v squared plus 5v minus 24. All right, on to problem 8. Ooh, another one distributing. All right, so keep drawings and we'll just keep going. All right, so this one, I'm going to move the 2y squared to the left. Again, multiplication commutes, so it doesn't matter what order we do it in. 9y cubed minus 5y to the 4. All right, so here we have 2y squared times y cubed. So 2 times 9 is 18. And then the rule for exponents when I multiply, so this is y 2 plus 3. And then let's do 2y squared times minus 5y to the 4. So 2 times minus 5 is minus 10. This will be y to the 2 plus 4. So if we clean this up a little bit, we get 18y to the 5 minus 10y to the 6. All right, let's type that in. 18y to the 5 minus 10y to the 6. All right, let's keep going. There's 8. All right, let's do 9. Another one where we're solving for x. So I changed pen color to pink because I felt like it. So we have minus 9 equals minus 16 plus x divided by 3. So I'm going to multiply by 3 on both sides so that I can clear the denominator. 3 times negative 9 is negative 27. Negative 27 equals negative 16 plus x. To solve for x, I'm going to add 16 to both sides. And this should be 43, right? The way I think about this is 16, I'm going to make it 13 plus 3. So the 3 to 20, a negative. See, I missed the negative there. So let's see, the difference between 16 and 27 is actually 11. So if I subtract 16, I should get negative 11. So negative 11 is equal to x. All right, let's type that in. Oops, didn't mean to clear. I meant to, let's see, let me fix this. Negative 11. Oh, one thing I do want to show you all. So a lot of the questions on this exam, you're able to check your answers. So if we plug in x equals negative 11 here, we should be able to get negative 9 as our answer. So let's see, negative 16 plus negative 11, so minus 11 over 3. So this is equal to negative 27 over 3, which is negative 9. So that's exactly what we wanted. So we know our answer is correct. Okay, perfect. Let's continue. Perfect. All right. Ooh, a factoring one. So this is a good point for me to mention. I have a video on factoring specifically for the ALEKS problems that appear in this class. So I'll link it above and you should definitely go and check that out because I won't spend too much time going over the details here. I'll just kind of use the techniques that I present in that video. All right, so quadratic, I can't factor out anything from the constants that, like 7, if I want to divide that out, well, 13 is not divisible by 7, neither is 6. So what I'm going to do is set up the kind of basic form. So we know it's y times y. And to get 7y, well, I need to multiply. The only way to get to 7 is 1 times 7. I could also do negative 1 and negative 7, but let's stick with positive. And then I need the terms that go here to multiply to 3. And I know eventually I need negative 13 in the middle. And keep in mind, whatever number I put here is going to be multiplied by 7. So for 6, and because I need a negative 13, what if we did something like, I'm thinking, yeah, what if we did negative 3 and, oops, not 6, sorry, 2. Actually, that's not going to work the way I anticipated. What if, oh, sorry. It's positive 6, so we're going to need 2 negative numbers. So let me think. What if we did, let's try negative 1 and negative 6. So let's say I had negative 1, negative 6. Now, I need negative 13. Let's do negative 1 here because I'm going to multiply by 7. And let's try negative 6 here. So let's check our answer and see how we did. So if I do 7y times y, I get 7y squared. And then 7y times minus 1 is minus 7y. Minus 6 times y is minus 6y. Minus 6 times minus 1 is positive 6. And then if I do the middle terms, well, this is negative 13y. So we got exactly what we wanted. So we'll go ahead and type this in. So let's see, we have 7y minus 6 times y minus 1. And let's continue. All right, very good. 2 more problems. Let me clear drawings. So this is a style of problem that I've seen come up. And what I like about these is you're typically going to be given a hint. And what I mean by that is like the style of problem is I have a quadratic in either the numerator or denominator, and then a linear term. So the linear term is the one like this is x minus 5. And the reason I like these is, well, every problem of these I've seen is that, x minus 5 is going to be a factor of x squared minus 25. And in fact, x squared minus 25 factors as x minus 5 times x plus 5. So this is x squared minus 25. This, we could do it using the techniques I showed you in the previous video. Another thing I should mention is something called difference of squares. So if I have a squared minus b squared, this is going to factor as a minus b times a plus b. And notice here I have x squared and 25 is 5 squared, so that's how we get x minus 5 times x plus 5. But now if we look at our fraction, we have x minus 5 over x minus 5 times x plus 5. And well, these terms cancel, so I'm left with 1 over x plus 5. So again, these problems, usually there's like a hint in how the factoring should be done. So let's do x minus 5 divided by x squared minus 25. Perfect. Oops, sorry, not x squared minus 25. What am I saying? I literally, sorry, it's been a long day. I'm recording this at, let's see, it's 10:03 right now, p.m. All right, we said this is 1 over x plus 5. All right, very good. Last problem is another factoring one. So let's see, we have x squared minus 7x plus 6. Really nice thing about this one is it's monic, so that leading coefficient is 1. So I just need two things that multiply to 6, add to negative 7. Well, what if we did minus 6 and minus 1, right? So minus 6, minus 1, and when I FOIL, so I get x squared minus 6x minus x plus 6. And these middle terms go to negative 7x. All right, so let me type in our solution. We get x minus 1 times x minus 6. All right, very good. Like I said, on your exam, you'd be able to, click submit. I don't think we can do anything like that here because this is just a preview view. But I hope you got something out of this. Remember, you are allowed to use the Desmos calculator. It'll be linked through your exam. Let me know if you have any questions, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.